Good morning. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Good morning. Listen, we're about to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Um, Give me 1 second here. Get my notes up and stuff. And we're about to chat about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me go ahead and put this out here. All right, for the people that's been around for a few years, y'all already know what's going on. As far as Love Island USA, that's over there on Peacock, baby. You can't miss it as you're getting on the app, sliding your way over to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Understand? Okay. The plan is for me to go live immediately following this live to talk about Love Island USA because they was cutting up in the first episode. The first 2 hours, girl. Peacock was cutting up too, but we'll touch on that in just a second. But they was giving the people what they want and need to see. Okay. So make sure you guys come on back for that. All right. But we're gonna just hop right on in here. Okay. Don't know if notifications went out or not. Y'all know how YouTube be doing. Y'all should be a little shaky. But all right. Let's get into some things. So first of all, y'all know this is the episode where the ladies get ready to go to Grenada, right? So they plan on partaking in that. And it starts off with pretty much going to Shamia's house. And while everybody's at Shamia's house, well, really, Shamia done boxed up damn near the whole house, okay? And I'm hoping that she boxed up majority of her damn closet, to be quite honest with you, okay? While she over there packing up all the Shia stuff. Okay, I was like, girl, I hope you over there packing your shit up too. So Kelly comes over to help out, and then of course Britt comes over. All right. Now when Kelly shows up, Shamia lets them know that well, she doesn't let them know, but we see that she's collecting items on behalf of all of the ladies so that she can get ready to ship the things out. Right. So that is the plan. Britt shows up, and she only got a few items. Like Britt only had like 2 packs of toilet paper. Um and some other shit. Okay, Brit probably had like 5 items that she brought. All right, it's giving Brit don't got money like that. Okay, no matter what she tries to portray, a lot of the luxury items that Brit does have is really giving. These are items that she's had for a long periodical time. Okay, so she's had this stuff for a minute. Ever since I guess things got a little shaky with the insurance company, Miss Brit ain't been having it like that. So sorry, so sad. So she comes, she gives items, and of course, Shamia threw shade and said that it was given bare and naked. And Shamia wasn't lying, but at the same time, I was like, at least she did something. Because if she didn't give anything, we would have drugged her for real, right? And Britt coming up there talking about, oh, I have a lot of stuff. Shamia called me at the last minute to donate. And I have a lot of things, but he's gonna come by and he's gonna deliver it later. Shamia like, BIT, we only got about an hour or so, so if he can hurry up and bring it, like that'd be good. I don't think Britt had any intentions on somebody bringing anything to Shamia. I think what she came with is what it was, and she actually stopped by the store to grab those items. It's given, let me stop by Publix or CVS and get a buy one get one. Okay, that's what it was given. But at the end of the day, let me say this again, y'all. At least Britt donated something, right? Porsha did not give belongings, but she said she gave a donation. So when I hear donation, I'm thinking that it's like a monetary donation. But maybe she did donate some of PJ's old clothes or something like that. Maybe she did. I don't know. But at this point, we're believing everybody donated. So congrats to the ladies for donating. Okay. Britt, of course, has to talk about her event because she says that she was disappointed in her decorator. Y'all know the same lady that came out and drug her. I think Britt may have called her like a planner at that point or a coordinator or something. But the woman said that she is a decorator. All right. Britt says that it wasn't to her standard, basically. She said it wasn't a good representation of her. Y'all, Britannica is it's this woman is just full of it. And I don't really know what else to say, y'all, aside from the fact that she just full of shit. Okay. When you're working with the event planner, their goal, and even if it's a decorator, their goal is to execute what it is you want. That is the overall goal, is for them to execute whatever it is that you want. I don't think you had any direction. I feel like as far as what you wanted, like you didn't have any ideas, nothing. You couldn't give directions because you didn't have any. It's definitely giving bare and naked up here. Okay. And the crazy thing to me, y'all, is with her doing this bare and naked situation, whatever she's trying to do, y'all, this was recorded last year. This was recorded last year. Here we are in 2025, damn near a year since it was filmed, and you did not get a page up. You didn't promote it. You didn't do anything until until it was getting ready to air on television. Then you want to create a page? It's giving every bit of, for me, Sheree Whitfield. Okay, that's what it's giving, Sheree Whitfield. In my personal, that's what it looks like to me. Not good business, not good business at all. And it just makes me question: how did you handle your insurance business? How did you handle that? You can't even handle something like this that's so simple. Like, how are you not? Like, I just feel like you don't have to be used to putting events together to know how to put something together, right? Like, it just could have been so much well put together. And I was telling y'all on one of my videos where I said she could have got with one of these like event spaces that may do the whole decor and all of that, chairs, everything for like $1,500, and then she just probably got to get the food and all of that and the bar or whatever. And I think she could have threw together an event for like $5,000, like if it was given like really intimate or whatever. And I saw one of those flyers the other day popped up on my thing, but it was like for like a baby shower. But I'm like, still, girl, this is cute decor with all these balloons, backdrops, everything. Like they gonna do all of that, give you the whole, give you the table, the chairs, decorate all of that for 1,500. Actually, they they undercharging in my opinion. Okay. But you could have did that like, hey, I'm with Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't really need a baby shower, but I saw your special, and I'm really trying to do a little event. Like, girl, they would have did. Matter of fact, they probably would have did it for you pro bono just to get some publicity, just a little piece, or charged you a little discount or something. But all in all, you have to sit in that L instead of trying to pass it off to the event person. Like it's their fault. Like it's very much so your fault as it would be their fault because this is your event. It's a representation of you. And who even told you to have something like this at a damn golf course? Like what? And then here's the other part for me. The fact that they said they didn't even shut the clubhouse down. They didn't shut it down. It wasn't like it was something exclusive. So I'm not gonna lie. I did see where Giorgio says that, oh, you know, I guess the clubhouse is coming after Britt's husband for $10,000 or whatever. I'm like, for what? 10,000 for what? When y'all didn't even shut the location down for them. Okay, don't you think them other folks probably need to pay? Because I'll be like, I could pay a little piece of it because we had that back room. But if you think I'm gonna pay 10, so I said, you know what, the 10K must be a total of the interest at that point when they filed. Has to be, because I'm over here like, girl, please, you could have did this in Shamia's backyard. You could have did that at one of them damn houses that Miss Angela is over there trying to sell, baby. You could have did a better job than that. Anywho, and it's no disrespect, and I'm really not trying to shade the decorator at all, but it's really giving. It wasn't even a whole lot. Like, girl, she just put some flowers on the table and gave you a piece of a backdrop. Like, she really didn't do anything fantabulous. However, I feel like she didn't because of that budget. I think that budget. I think she gave you what you could afford. Okay, but girl, that's crazy, honey. Anywho, child. So then, she talks about the clashes that happened with the ladies not really getting along, and Shamia doesn't like that Drew stood 10 toes down and calling her a lap dog. I don't understand why. I don't know. I just feel like let it go just a little bit. Like, yeah, Drew's calling you a lap dog, but she ain't saying anything no different than what everybody else has been calling you for years. Like, why are you just so pressed? I feel like she's just really super pressed about it because it's Drew. I feel like Shamia has over exaggerated situations when it comes to Drew this season. Like, girl, go sit down. Okay. Kelly is hoping that things work out for them in Grenada. So that's what she's hoping to do, to reset and bring the group back together, but we'll see. So Britannica asked about her and Porsha, like how they doing. And Shamia's just like, you know, when you grow, you know, you evolve, you know what I'm saying? Y'all may separate, but you just gotta constantly have the conversations. Basically, you gotta constantly work at keeping the friendship, okay? Constantly working on the friendship like you would do any other relationship. So at this point, they're fine. Now we get to Porsha and Drew because they end up having to sit down finally. Okay, after what, 13 or so episodes, they finally having to sit down to chat. So Porsha says when they was talking about Drew hair, she talking about some that's not go naked. That's not go naked. That was like, you sure? Because that's what she said. She said, well, it's a blend or something, like it's a mixture. I'm like, what? it's given that it's a wig. So which one is it? Is it go naked or is it not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Anywho, shout out to the people in the chat. If you could like up the video, that would be great. Okay, let's keep the likes flowing as you guys are tuned in. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What else we got? Drew also lets us know that she has an album coming out. She's gonna be doing a showcase for that, and she signed her deal with Dennis. And this is where I guess we get ready to get into the conversation about that. All right. Drew says, I want us to have a conversation so we can nip some SHI in the bud, because you've been around here saying some slick SHI about me, and girl, I'm about tired of it. So let's talk. So Porsha lets Drew know that she was upset, and she says, when I'm upset, I don't communicate well when I'm upset. I mean, who does when you're upset? Like, who does communicate well when you're upset? She says that she talked to Dennis about the filming, and then says that he wanted to clear his name about her wanting him. What that got to do with anything? Why I feel like if Dennis feels a way about his name and needing to clear something, I feel like that would be something he takes up with Drew. Not so much as something that Porsha needs to mention in this moment. Right, but that's just my personal. So Drew is like, girl, what? And Porsha says, well, it's not a what, okay, because it's there, okay, like you've known about this, like it's there. And Drew says, yeah, but it always takes me back because takes me aback because whatever you're saying is not real. Like, that's not what that is. So then she says, what's real is the fact that you've been over there filming with my husband. All right, you've been over there filming with Ralph. Okay, period. All right, but I'm gonna let you finish though, because you got the floor. So, girl, go ahead and get off whatever you got on your chest. Okay. So Porsha says that Dennis was like he's not dating Drew because Drew is messing with some dude named Black. And Drew like, now wait a minute, BIT girl. Now that's my friend, honey. Okay, we just friends. Don't sit up. Don't play me like that. Okay. And Porsha, I didn't like how Porsha was trying to kind of put Drew out there. It's like, what is up with that? Like, if the issue is about filming, why are we now talking about Drew and Dennis and what they may have going on, like, outside of business? And then you're bringing up this person Black, but getting offended when she brings up a person that you've been allegedly connected to or whatever. So of course Drew brings up Future. She's like, oh no, wait a minute, BIC, like that's my friend. Like, it ain't even nothing like that, okay? Now you won't like it if I sat up there and said that you were dating Future. And then Porsha like, Future? Like, girl, what you talking about? Like, I don't even know that man. She's like, exactly. But what I'm saying is you wouldn't like if I put out on you the rumors that's out there. So why would you sit up there and do that to me? Okay, but it's okay because obviously you can dish it, but you can't necessarily take it. Okay, got you. All right. And then she gonna say in the confessional, Porsha's like, if you knew that you were dating Black, then why would you sit up there and let the rumors linger about you and Dennis? And that irritated me because she didn't let the rumors linger about her and Dennis. Okay, Drew tried to shut that down. Hell, Dennis even tried to shut that down. You and your friends are the ones that continue to allow that to linger by sitting up there acting like you don't care one way or the other what they're doing, but then you're turning around saying yourself and allowing others to say that this lady was over there sucking that man peen or wanted to suck his peen or whatever the case is. Like, I just think that's so whack. Drew nor Dennis is trying to let these lies linger, but y'all are. But when somebody puts something out there on you, then now you're offended. Now you have a problem. I don't like that. So Drew says she would not jeopardize. She's like, girl, listen, I'm not going to jeopardize my future with my kids while I'm over here going through a divorce to date somebody. Like, that's not what I'm going to do. Okay. So Porsha says, well, people date people while they divorce. Like, people, I said, oh, well, you would know, wouldn't you? You would know. I mean, because then you start dating that lady husband before he even filed for a divorce, just announced that they were no longer together, and you right on over there. Okay, well, you would know, honey. So Porsha says, if you're not dating Black, it's cool. It's cool. And Drew says, yeah, it's an issue. I think she said it wasn't an issue or whatever. That's when she brought up Future. Like, yeah, it's an issue, just like I said with you dating Future. And Porsha says she don't know Future or whatever. And then she says it was never about you dating Dennis. And I'm like, if it wasn't about her dating Dennis, why would you bring that up? Why not just keep the conversation to her filming with Dennis? Why then go from being upset, not properly communicate? Obviously, you don't communicate well when you upset or not upset. Just keep the focus on the filming situation and her not approaching you. You didn't have to say Dennis wanted to clear his name. You've been actually dating some guy named Black or whatever the case is. Like, why we got to do all that? Obviously, it is about who she's dating because you wouldn't have said that. Okay. So Drew says you're the one going through a divorce and your energy for me is not real. I'm with Drew. Porsha says, hold on, I'm not here to argue with you, Drew. And see, that's the other stuff. Like, ain't nobody arguing with you. I feel like that's manipulation. When a person think they getting over on you and you're clocking them for their SHI, and then they try to throw the conversation by saying, oh, why you getting loud? Like, ain't nobody even getting loud. Like, I'm not here to argue with you. Like, what? I'm not even arguing with you. You saying shit out your mouth that's not making sense, and I'm just letting you know that you're wrong. Like, what's going on with that? Like, you trying to control the conversation and the narrative, like you be doing with Dennis when y'all be sitting down and you be trying to overtalk him. Like, what? No. So then Porsha said something that I did not like. She says, this what you're doing is you're giving combative. I do not like that term. I feel like a lot of people use it in corporate to label, sometimes I would say black women, right? If they don't like something in the corporate sector and they may feel a way and they give you pushback on your decision making or whatever, or why this process may not work or whatever the case is, or if something is being unfairly done to them and they're just expressing themselves, and it don't even got to be with an attitude, like they're just telling you something. The fact that you're not going along with their whole shit, they'll sit up there and say that you're being combative. I didn't like that she said that. Okay, but I love how Drew threw it right back at her. It's like, girl, no, you're being combative. Girl, you've been combative this whole time. Let's be very clear about that. Porsha's like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go. Not, yeah, go ahead and go, girl. Like you always do, walking up out of scenes, not wanting to have the conversation and stuff, but then playing it up like somebody's doing something to you. Doing something to you. People were upset with how Drew handled the conversation, but first Drew let Porsha talk. Not too many people finna sit there and let you have a conversation and you say some shit that's not accurate and they not jump in and clock you right then about it. Not too many people finna do that. Okay? Not too many people gonna sit up there and let you continue to play in their face. After you've played for so long, when they've tried to finally have a conversation with you and now they're finally able to do this, you think you're gonna control the conversation? No, we're not finna do that. And I feel like she pulled that same stunt with Shamia. Accountability is not one of her strong suits in my personal. Okay? Hence the reason she got her. So from there, went into the bathroom, started crying, came back and told the waitress, didn't even ask me if she was ready. Just said, can we go ahead and get it to go box? Can we just, yeah, I want to take this home. Thank you. No, ma'am. Okay? That's not cool. What else we got? Drew told her, she said, yes, go ahead, do what you do best, honey, not face the truth. I said, baby, Drew is calmly wearing her out. Porsha get to the car. Porsha like, because let me tell you something, you're not finna get no more of my, you're not finna get my energy. I'm like, girl, she been getting your energy all season. She ain't even have to be in scenes to be getting your energy because you gave it to her. Okay, so that's what it is. All right, now you don't want to get her the energy because you're being confronted. That's crazy work. People over there talk about some, Drew not letting Porsha talk. She not letting, no, she letting Porsha talk, but what Porsha saying is bullshit. Okay? And y'all know if Drew was saying some SHI about Porsha that Porsha did not agree with, Porsha gonna jump in, she gonna cut off, and she gonna say what she gotta say, just like what Porsha did when they was at the table in Grenada. Okay, when Drew was talking, she ain't like some of this shit Drew said. Porsha cut in and she said what she needed to say. So I'm a little confused. Okay. Anywho, what else we got? Porsha felt like Drew was trying to perk her about a divorce, like how a woman going through a divorce trying to poke at me about a divorce or whatever like that. All because she said, now we didn't hear what else Drew said, but what we did hear was her saying she sees why Simon wants to leave her. But I thought, now I have been hearing rumors, child, so I don't know which one's true. But I mean, what we do know is that Porsha was the one that filed for a divorce, and she claims it's because, he had this, citizenship stuff. He was doing some things that was a little sketchy to me, and I was concerned. And let me tell y'all something. You don't have to be around a person long enough to see they like. You don't have to be around a person this long to see how sketchy they are. Hell, Shamia and them ain't even been around Simon and Porsha that long. They knew enough, not even directly in the relationship, for them to tell her, or at least Porsha said on Watch What Happens Live that Shamia's husband did try to warn her about Simon. So you already knew what it was, but you still signed up for that. Okay. So I feel like it was something else. That's what I'm getting at. Like, what's the real reason for the file of divorce? Did he catch you doing something that you ain't had no business doing? Could it have been a situation like what's her name? Ralph and Drew, when he rushed down there to file for a divorce before the other person could? Because you was just up there now saying, Porsha Williams, no, but Porsha Guabadia, yes. Okay. Now, if it truly was about the citizenship, I don't blame him. Get the hell out. Right? If you don't want to be there, don't be there no more. But I just wonder what the real reason was. So, anywho, Angela and her daughter, they still over there at this house child that ain't sold. Beautiful home. Still waiting for it to sell. Good luck to Angela. I'm hoping she sold at least 1 or 2 homes by the time we get to the reunion, child. It's been a whole year. Let us pray. Kelly and her daughters. Y'all know Kelly is the one that's hosting the Grenada trip. So she is about to get ready to head out. And with her leaving, it is going to result in her missing the first day of school for her daughters. And I believe she has like her publicist and some family that's gonna, step in and kind of help her out with the girls while she is away at work. Okay. Her publicist also lets her know that he decided to reach out to her ex-husband, and I think that Kelly was really expecting to hear something good. She was. I think she was like, bracing herself for the worst, even though she got emotional about it. Like, I think she was really expecting something good. But he called the man. That man told him no. Everything he asked, help, this, that, and the other, it was given no. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'm like, ooh, girl, that's just terrible. She's like, I don't understand how pretty much he could just not be okay with not taking care of his kids, and all of the weight really falls on one person. Child, that's a different type of level of abuse. I don't know what to label it, but it's some other form of abuse, and he definitely trying to have some type of control. Since he can't control you because y'all are no longer together how he was able to, he's gonna use not helping you financially with those girls as some form of punishment. And I just feel like that is abuse all within itself. But I don't know. I was gonna say garnish them wages, but at the same time, he might be a little too smart and have the money going to somebody else, and ain't no telling. Right? He probably got his checks going all the way to one of his kids or something, and they probably write him a check for oh so much, and or give him cash on a monthly basis just so he. I ain't no telling how he finessing it, but I hate it though. I hate it for her. Um. So yeah, Daddy ain't SHI. Shout out to the people in the chat. If we could get to 100 likes, that would be awesome. So definitely keep the likes coming in. I appreciate it. So we get to the Grenada trip. And Shamia don't have her luggage, okay? Unfortunately, Shamia don't have her luggage. I saw on one of the comments on another video, somebody was saying, because I said I would report that person, and they was like, Jamie, we don't support reporting, people for their jobs or whatever the case is. But they were saying that with the way Shamia's fashions are set up, it was okay. Okay, it wouldn't matter whether she came or left. You know what I'm saying? So came or not showed up, considering the fact that the fashions be tacky anyway. So they probably did her a piece of a favor. But still, don't sit up there and tell me that you got it and you got slick like a little piece of attitude. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me I got it, man. I got it. And then when I get to my trip out the country, I ain't got it. Cause you swore you got it. Ain't nothing like a person that says I got it, or automatically act like they understand before you even finish, and then they fuck up and don't even do it how you say. It's like, bitch, like it had you listen and not just been so quick that I got it, I understand, like you know what's in my head. Okay, don't do that. But anywho, Phaedra, first of all, Angela said, y'all not finna get me this time. Bitch, I'm gonna put them braids in. Shout out to Angela, honey. Phaedra joining these ladies on an all-cash trip is a bit crazy to me, because how do you not be here the entire season and you just get rewarded with a trip? She technically left a trip over there on she left Married to Medicine from that, took that jet, okay, from Married to Medicine on over to damn Grenada. No ma'am. No ma'am. Now I'm not gonna hold y'all. I ain't mind Phaedra or taking up for Phaedra over there with the Medicine Wives because them hoes is a mess, period. Okay. So I was gonna clock that tea regardless of how y'all felt about it. But now, Phaedra, now that you back over here on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will be clocking you accordingly. Okay. And I think they should have saved you for next year. I think you should have. I think Phaedra should have just returned next year after they told Cynthia she could sit this one out. That's what I think they should. I think they should have swapped the two out next year. We didn't need her at this very tail end. And bravo, the way that y'all did it is insane to me. And I'll never forget how y'all did that. Never forget how a person can come into a season at the very end, get a tagline, get a peach, be a part of the damn cast photos and all of that. I will never let you. And then, not to mention, Diddy bopped from one show to the next. Okay, all in the same damn year. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And for me, that's enough to let y'all know that whatever the claims are, Bravo, I can't believe that you would sit up there and have Phaedra back after she said Bravo. Don't give a fuck about y'all. Okay, Bravo want that coin. Period. Meaning, shut the hell up and continue to subscribe. All right? Continue to subscribe and pay for the subscription on Peacock without the commercials if you want to see it. Okay? That's what it's giving us to me. All right? And keep watching the show so we can continue to charge these advertisers. We don't give a damn what y'all talking about. We been wanted Phaedra back a long time ago, and if Kandi wasn't threatening to get the hell on, she would have been back. Actually, we would have brought her back the next season. Cause, like, be honest, like if Kandi wouldn't have went and said, "Hey, me or her," if Kandi would not have done that, Phaedra would have been right on back on Bravo that very next year. Okay, it's crazy. They don't give a damn. They gave her too sweet of a deal. Let me also say this about. First of all, for me, I hate checking bags. It's not something I desire. Can't stand it because I don't like to wait for my when I'm ready to get the hell out the airport. Okay. Another thing, I hate it because Southwest just changed their stuff, and they used to be like my favorite airline because you can get like 2 carry-ons and all of that, whatever. So I like to carry. I like to have my SHI on me. That's just how I am, and I just feel like if you're gonna check a bag and do a carry-on, it only makes sense to at least pack one of your outfits and underwear or whatever, some necessities, the key necessities in your carry-on. Should that check bag gets to missing, you got your SHI. I never be understanding that. Like when people check their bags and then when it get lost, they ain't got. I mean, you have nothing on you. Now, granted, some people are like, I'll just go to the store and buy some more or whatever, and that's fine, okay. But then when you at a place like Grenada, like how far is the damn store from the resort or whatever? Does the resort even have that stuff for you? They might. I mean, maybe Shamia went down there and got what she needed. But I just feel like, girl, if you would have just packed the extra outfit, okay, some slides or something, underwear, soap, bread, toothbrush, whatever, just put that in your carry-on. Like, come on. Anyway, so Phaedra tries to act like she don't know Drew, y'all. I feel like people knew Drew even when they didn't want to know Drew, right? And it may have been she looks so familiar, but I can't place her. And then it's like, oh, I know she played on the game, or oh, I know da-da-da-da. But it's like, Phaedra, you really just got the rundown, as we already saw, because they pretty much showed us that you got the rundown, even though you also were given the rundown to Porsha, but you got the rundown from Porsha and you just rock it with Porsha. Okay, I guess they felt like Porsha needed some support on the show, so they brought Phaedra. I don't know, whatever. But I ain't like that. I don't really know anything about it. Like, I think she did this or that. It's like, Phaedra, cut it out. All right. They get to the resort. The man up there doing all the licky, sticky, sweaty, wetty. And it's like, girl, I can't. Okay. I'm probably going to be in the back or I'm still going to be in the bus. Because let me know when that's over. I'm not into all of that. Don't bring your sweat over here by me. I've just been on a long ride and a long flight. I do not have the time. Please, I do not have the time. Okay, just where's my room at? Cause I need to go have a seat. I need to get in the shower, whatever. Just get up, back up off me, baby. Thank you. Okay, and they out there just having a good time. And see, that's why I couldn't. I would offend somebody in their country, and I wouldn't want to be locked up. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want them to experience that, and I wouldn't want to experience that. Just just scoot back. Kelly and Shamia gave the ladies their room. They gave them their roommates. Right when it came to choosing what room they was gonna be in, they had to pull a shot glass, and under that shot glass was a number. She had Cynthia pull hers first, and I feel like she told Cynthia exactly which one to get. When it came to Cynthia, her roommate was Drew, and they had one room that had twin beds and another room that had full size. Now, granted, me and Drew probably the same height. All right. Or she might be, I mean, yeah, we're about the same, 5'2", 5'3", whatever. We're about the same height. And for me, I mean, twin bed, okay, cool. Like, whatever, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't but so big. Like, okay, I don't have to be in a king size. And then I'm not going to be here on the whole trip. Like, whatever. But being that Cynthia is so much taller, like, I probably would have gave her that room, too. But, of course, they ended up arm wrestling it out. And I'm like, what was the purpose if you was going to give it to her anyway? Like, right? She goes in there. She's like, well, I just don't feel comfortable. Girl, I didn't feel comfortable just hearing it. Just give it to Cynthia. Granted. Also, it's like you're a veteran, right? You could go ahead and have it. Although Cynthia is a friend of the show, but she's also tall. So, girl, just get the king size and just have a good time. Now, if it was a BIT that I did not like, I don't give a damn. Okay, you could get this. I don't care how tall. You could be as tall as Marlo or taller, as tall as Nene, and you're gonna get that twin. That's if I don't like you, right? So it wasn't no big deal. Um, what else? Shamia, when her and Kelly are sitting down chatting, and she's like, Phaedra's here or whatever. How do you feel about that? Shamia's like, girl, I'm not bothered by her, but what I am bothered by is Drew. I feel away with Drew because she got online and she gonna at me talking about some imaginary beef, and I have no clue. Like, what is she talking about? You don't recall you going down to do an interview and throwing unnecessary shade? Yeah. That's what she talking about. Why you over here acting confused? You just be forgetting. So, that's that. All right, that's what they got going on. Cynthia talks about her man. Y'all know she's dating a younger guy. He definitely, to me, does not look like her type at all. And maybe that's what she needed. Maybe she needed somebody that was not necessarily her type. To me, I could be wrong because I don't know this person. Just looking at him, he look like he's a little rough around the edges in comparison to the guys she's dated that cleaned up. I feel like Peter may have slightly been a rough around the edges, but Peter knew how to clean up, put a suit on, and do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that guy is her type a little bit because isn't Peter like Jamaican? But that guy I think is from the UK or something. So maybe that is her vibe. He's just younger. So Cynthia got a man at home. And I don't think we'll ever see him on the show. Yeah, we're seeing photos and seeing him out and about, but I don't think she'll bring him on the show. And she's just a friend of, so there's no need for her to bring him on the show. And her relationship just might last longer as she keeps it private and off the show. So Drew says that she sat with Porsha. This is what she's telling Cynthia. And Drew brings up, Porsha filming with Ralph. And Cynthia said, well, girl, Porsha like to get her lick back, honey. So it looked like y'all even, all right? I mean, I guess you could call it that. Like, I mean, I just, to me, don't feel like it should be that big of a deal when it comes to Ralph. Like, we already know this. Ralph could care less. So, shoulder shrug. Now, if Drew wanted to feel away, which, I mean, clearly she does, I guess it would make sense because that is her actual husband, right? Whereas Dennis is just your baby daddy. So, I guess, that would make sense because like she said on the after show, if I was filming with Simon, then you would have an issue with that. And the only reason that y'all would be sitting down is to discuss me. So that's different than me bringing Dennis onto the show because I'm bringing him onto the show for actual work. You're bringing Ralph on the show to be messy and to get back at me. Okay? About something that you already knew about. So, okay, girl. But I just feel like it should be a shoulder shrug. Like, whatever. They're headed to dinner. And Shamia wants to see Phaedra in bomb bodies because Phaedra was talking to one of those guys that got the funeral home. And I'm like, you really want to go with her? I mean, people be into that. And people be into that. Angela, it's her 8-year anniversary with Charles, honey. And I think Porsha said, girl, you on the bus with a bunch of folks that's divorced. And you got the audacity to come and celebrate your anniversary with us? Well, it was work, just a little piece. Okay, it was work for her. But I also was like, some people don't celebrate their anniversaries on their actual anniversary day. Some people may do it a few days earlier. They may do it afterwards. It just depends on what they got going on in their life. But also, I feel like I'm gonna be taking that back based on how he ain't stun her ass when she FaceTimes him next week. Like, he don't give a damn. I'm like, ooh, baby. Charles, you okay? I don't know, Angela. If Angela on this show long enough, Charles probably gonna get his walking papers. Charles just might get no walking papers, honey. Okay, when Angela can sell up most of them damn houses and don't need Charles money no more. Okay, and she can stack up the money that she getting from Housewives, she just might be out. Might. They're at dinner and Kelly wants to reset the mood. So when she wants to reset the mood and energy, she wants to start with Drew and Shamia. And it did go left, as I think Porsha said it was gonna go. It did go. So Drew was like, she want to clear the air. She be like, BLT, I'm not trying to clear no air with you because I tried to do that when we was at Britt's event, but you wasn't on there. You were adamant about me being a lap dog and trying to refer to me as that, and the fact that we got imaginary beef. Like, BLT, the fact that you call me a lap dog, you should know we gonna always have beef. Like, Shamia, shut up, girl. Okay, Shamia tries to reiterate that Drew stood by her statements that she made, but you also stood by the shit that you said, because Drew was like, girl, do you not recall the fact that you went and told Porsha something that was completely different than what I told you? So how is it that you get to stand on what you said and I'm telling you you wrong, but I can't stand on what I said when you feel like I'm wrong? Like, girl, go away from me with this, please. Drew says, well, when Shamia was doing her whole spiel, Drew said a hit dog will holler. Baby, the way everybody at the table said, Drew, because I wasn't really thinking about the dog aspect. I was just thinking of, like, I mean, hey, you talking about yourself, okay? Or you feeling away because you know what you did type thing. But, baby, that was funny. So Shamia wants Drew to be accountable. And Porsha says that, Shamia wants you to pretty much apologize to her for being called a lap dog. And I don't think Drew gave her that apology. And I'm not mad at her for that. But Angela does, hop into the conversation, and she says that the ladies have been offended that Shamia runs and tells things back to Porsha. And then Phaedra jumps in and says that, you can't really think that you all were going to have an intimate conversation with Shamia about her best friend. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Because that's clearly what happened, though. You can't think that you're gonna have an intimate conversation with Shamia and she not go back and da 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 da. What? Yeah, they that's what she did, and that's what she does, right? They have a conversation with her. She ran back. She told Porsha. Now she in her feelings because they did have an intimate conversation with her about Porsha, and they went back and told Porsha, and she don't like it. Well, tit for tat. So Angela says, listen, Porsha, girl, ain't nobody, trying to prey on y'all friendship or nothing like that. Ain't nobody trying to come in between y'all. Shamia says, but y'all act like I'm coming to y'all about Porsha when most of the time it's in response. Shamia told on herself, and I don't know if y'all caught it, but it was most of the time for me. Shamia says, y'all act like I come to y'all to talk to y'all about Porsha when most of the time it's in response. And I said, because you do, and you just confirmed that. You confirmed that you have at least once confided in those ladies about your friendship with Porsha, and that's all that it takes is that one time to run it back. When most of the time, girl, that's crazy. And Porsha over there like, I just don't understand why everybody keeps going to Shamia to have this conversation, but nobody's coming to me. That's because Shamia's having the conversations with them. That's why ain't nobody coming to you. Because Shamia's having a conversation with them, and I feel like they felt if it were any questions that they asked Shamia, I feel like Shamia opened that door for them to be comfortable enough to even question her or say anything about it. That's all Shamia. So I don't think you could be really, in my opinion, mad at the group. You got to take that up with her. So Kelly was like, okay, well then, since you want us to ask, well, I'm gonna ask you now. Like, do you feel like you're a good friend to Shamia? And Porsha said, me and Shamia talk, so I'm not gonna answer that. And then but Kelly said, well, girl, you said you wanted us to ask. She said that was before, but me and Shamia have had a talk, and I'm not going to be answering that. And Shamia said, ooh, if I've never in my life at any other time felt like Porsha had my back, and Porsha really cared about the friendship. I do now. When she spoke up and shut it down with the ladies and told them, don't ask her shit. I can't hear you. Don't talk to me about that. I'm not answering anything. Leave me alone. I said, girl, Portia did that shit for her. That ain't have shit to do with you. It had nothing really to do with you, in my opinion. Portia just didn't want to answer no damn questions, okay? That's just what I think. Okay? I don't think that was her trying to, have your back. I think Portia was having her own back. Because I'm not going to talk about this right now. Kelly says Drew is having an issue with everybody but Cynthia. And I'm like, no, everybody got an issue with Drew. So I was glad she rephrased it and said everybody is having a problem with Drew. And I'm like, but why though? Like, let's start with you. What's your issue? And please don't make Shamia's issue your issue. Just like you did the same thing when it came to Britt and Angela. You made your issue with Angela or Angela's issue with Britt, your issue. What about that baby though? Like, and that's where you're gonna be referred to as a lap dog or chihuahua next, okay? Or a shih tzu. Okay? The way that you be over there acting like how Shamia has been acting with Porsha. Now, granted, I think Shamia will have your back in the same way you have hers. However, it's like, girl, sit down. I think we like it better when a person has actually done something to you for the issue with that person to make sense. And your issues with Drew or even issues with Angela don't necessarily make sense. Like, girl, what can you say? Don't come for me unless I send for you. So just wait until they send for you, girl. Hold tight. You'll have your time. Anywho, um, Porsha and Drew end up talking, and Porsha does acknowledge the fact that how she came at Drew at Shamia's event was not the best way to approach her. She says she don't really got huge expectations, when it comes to their friendship. When she was trying to tell her that when she said that she was dating Future. So here go Porsha again, wanting to reiterate the black situation, right? Saying something she was about to go into. That's why I was gonna say, if you're dating black, da 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 da, and that's when Drew was like, but you said that I was dating black. That's why I brought up Future, right? Porsha still trying to push this whole narrative thing that she's saying that Drew shouldn't have allowed to linger, but you're doing it now. Like, I'm so over Drew and Porsha. Like, girl, just let it go. Drew says if you were emotional then, like, you can't expect me not to be emotional when we have a sit down. Why is it okay for me only to recognize when you're emotional, when you're in your feelings about something? I may have done something for you to be in your feelings, got it. But when you do some shit for me to get in mine, don't think that I'm not gonna address you or bring it up. Like, don't do that. That's not fair. So Drew says, eventually she does say that she could have gave Porsha a heads up. She said that was her bad. But I'm still a bit confused because according to Drew, she's tried to reach out to Porsha to have the conversation with her. And Porsha didn't want to talk. And I think it was because of the photos and stuff that had already leaked out with them and people putting narratives out there before Drew and Dennis could say what it was. So Porsha wasn't open to talking to Drew, period, before they started filming to even let her know what it was. Right? So Dennis said he had already talked to her. Yeah, Dennis may have lied and said, oh, I talked to Porsha and Porsha was cool with it. He may have lied about the whole cool with it part, but even when Drew was trying to hit you up, you weren't trying to talk to her. And you also said when you're upset, you're not the best communicator. Also, you were likely going through that divorce situation too. So you wasn't even trying to talk to Shamia, let alone Drew. So I also just feel like you weren't even giving her the space to even properly communicate with you. So Dennis did it. You were upset about it, and Dennis obviously didn't relay it back. Dennis just said everybody was good. So, I mean, I guess, but if Drew feels like she had fault, she accepted it, she took the fault, Porsha receives it. We'll see how long they're going to be good. Britt decides to hop in the conversation, y'all. And Britt's like, well, I got something I want to say. Can I talk? And I just want to say that Phaedra, at my event last week, Apollo and his wife were invited. And, my husband invited them. That had nothing to do with me. And Phaedra looking like, and why are you telling me that? I don't give a damn. That has nothing to do with me, honey. If that's what y'all want to do, girl, I have nothing to do with that man. He is married to a whole nother woman, girl. We are good. You do not have to tell me that. And I'm kind of like, well, maybe she did. Because, hell, if somebody, number one, I feel like Apollo didn't even show up. So it kind of may not have been a reason to tell. But at the same time, people could have potentially used that against Britt at a later time to say, oh, you tried to have Phaedra's ex-husband come on the trip after you know what she just went through over there on Married to Medicine. So, I mean, her wanting to get it out, I understood a little bit, right? Shamia's like, girl, read the room. And I'm like, I mean, y'all let me know how y'all felt about that. Talk about some damn read the room. I'm like, but what was wrong with her just saying it? If Phaedra felt like it wasn't that deep, okay, cool. When she got it off her chest, she said what she needed to say. Let's move on. Okay, now Shamia wasn't wrong when she said, you over there worried about that, but we more worried about why everybody couldn't eat at the damn event. Child, a mess. So, Phaedra, as the episode was going off, I remember to say that I don't like that Phaedra was trying to shade Angela. Okay, now granted, we all, well, I don't know if I did it, but maybe some of y'all did, shaded Angela for her looking much older. Angela says she's in her 40s. Some people feel like the nose may have aged her. I don't know. I think Charles probably aged her. I could see that. I could see Charles aging Angela, making her appear older than what she is. I could see Angela taking care of her mother, God rest her soul, may have made her appear and come off as older than what she is. But I don't think it was fair for Phaedra to throw that shade with that tacky ass blonde wig on, that horrible outfit, and that makeup that's 5 shades lighter than you. Okay? Don't do her like that. I don't know why people keep having you think that you light skinned. Now, granted, they be wanting you to have a foundation that kind of matches your neck so it can all kind of like blend the same. But even that be giving cakey though. Even if your neck is lighter than your face, like it still be giving cakey. Okay, you didn't look that fantabulous yourself, and then you over here giving hot girl energy. You probably the oldest woman on this show and acting like you the youngest. That's not cute either. That's not no compliment. That's not nice. But I'm ready for the day when Phaedra and Angela bump heads. That's what I want to see, honey. I want to see y'all two bump heads, okay? And I hope that she wear you out. Now, and listen, people may feel like Phaedra Reeves ain't nothing, but Phaedra can be quick with it at times, right? So I wonder how quick she gonna be when Angela get ready to lay into her. Okay. Let's see. I want to get into this video here, y'all. Let me slide over so we can tap into that thing. All right. So this is Drew. I guess she's getting ready to perform, and Mama D has some things to say on the mic, child. Check this out.
Come on, Drew.
Yes,
yeah. You know, she got her and Porsha. They got some mess going on. I don't know what's going on with Porsha this season.
Check.
But she accusing Drew for taking her hot dog made. I don't know why she think Drew want a hot dog made. Yeah. It's all good because Mama D speak that truth. Y'all give it up for Drew Sidora. Come on, Drew.
Yes. Ma'am, why is you announcing this woman coming to the stage but talking about somebody else? That was my thing. Like, why is you got this lady coming to the stage and you over here talking about Porsha when it's supposed to be Drew moment? Like, are you okay? Don't do that. If you ain't talking about my music, then shut up. This ain't no interview for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Porsha gets in the comments and she says, Dennis has one baby mother and well established with great artists on his, I guess she meant to say with the great artists on his record label. Put that tooth in and he just might sign you, Mama D. Love you. I'm hollering. I put that tooth in. I think she might have needed to put in more than just a tooth. Okay? More than just a tooth. Now, Dennis, I don't know if he deleted his comments, but he had got down. Oh, there you go. He says, I love Scrappy. I don't speak bad to anyone's mother, and I respect my elders, so I'm just going to be quiet here. Okay? Now she knows she didn't. Now, as soon as somebody say something about Scrappy, she gonna be ready to run and jump. Okay, she gonna be ready to run, jump, and fight. But that's really all that it is. I feel like I thought this week's episode was gonna be a little better. It was all right. I expect the ratings to look how they looked last week. Okay, potentially lower. Not defending the same man that keeps her embarrassing her. Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's what she did. Yeah, he has one baby mama and well established. I need her to pick which day she gonna like Drew. Either do you like her or you don't. Okay, and not he just might sign you. Well, Porsha, are you still doing music? I don't know. She might be. He might do a little something 1 2 1 2 with her. But that's all I got, y'all. I just wanted to come and bring y'all this week as review for this week as show, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, you guys can continue the conversation down below. About 11:30 or so, we'll go live and talk about Love Island USA. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Love Island USA is gonna be way more juicier than the past 5 episodes. Okay, just one episode of Love Island USA is gonna be better than 5 episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if y'all have not checked that out, please make sure y'all checking it out, okay, over there on the Peacock. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all in a little bit. Bye bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir, stand with my feet to the fire, give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim, putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel the pool